How to migrate your website to Hostanger with no downtime. Moving your website feels like moving into a new home. You're terrified something is going to break or get lost in transition. But in 2026, migrating to Hostanger is actually easier than staying with a slow host. Today, showing you the zero downtime method. I'll show you how to get to Ostanger and get your site moved like an expert. I'll show you the manual way as well, just in case you want to move it that way as well. I'll share with you some of the way in which you can do it. So without further ado, I'd like to jump in. So you go to domain, you click transfer. So this is where you would type the domain name in which you want to transfer, and every information will appear there. So here are some things to prepare before you go ahead and do all of those steps that I just did. So before you click a single button, you need three things. First, access. You need to get a login of your current host provider. The second thing, you need a backup. You need to have a backup of those files just in case before you move it to Hostanger. So let's go to the third things. Ensure your current host has enough space to generate the backup file. And the golden rule is do not cancel your old host yet. We need it live until the new host is fully ready. That's something to remember. So here's the end of free version on how you can do this. This is the method I recommend for 90% of people. Hostanger has a dedicated migration team that does this manually for you in 2026. Go to your H panel and click migrate website and hit add request, choose WordPress cPanel, and then Hostanger will go ahead and migrate for you. That's a very easy process that takes between 24 to 48 hours, and they will email you at the moment at which it's done. The best part of it is that your site stay online at your old host during the whole process. That is very, very beautiful. All you need to give them is just your login URL and credential, and then they'll go ahead and do it for you. The second option is the manual one. So if you're a developer or you have custom site, you might want to move it by yourself. Here is how you're gonna do this. So the first thing is you download the data from the public HTML folder via file manager and export it into the SQL database from PHP admin. That's one way you can do it. Once you do that, then you can import it into Messenger. You create a new MySQL database, the credential in there, and you import the SQL file to upload it in the file manager. And then you connect to the WPM admin PH dashboard. That's how you're gonna do it. All of those name, users, and password in there in the H panel. So that's one way you can do it. So you can read this transfer guide that kind of shows you and speaks deep how you can do all the transfer. So whether you're using different type of registrar, so you can definitely take advantage of this. How do you know if it works? So if the domain is still pointing to the old host, use Hostanger preview link to see where the file is pointing. So this lets you know, if the site is pointing to Hostanger server before, and then it will tell you as well if the site is currently pointing to the current host, which is Hostanger. So something very important to know there. If it looks good, know that it's ready, it's done. But if you have question, you're having problem, just let the Hostanger team do it for you. So now for the magic of switching, go to your domain registrar where there's GoDaddy, Nameservers, etc. to update your server to Hostanger. This is a very important thing for DNS propagation. You want your site working easily. So because both the old and the new site are identical and live, your visitor will slowly transition from the old server to the new server without ever seeing an error or any message appearing in there. So to close, let's say if you are officially moved to Ostanger, then you can just optimize the server. If you run into any error, Ostanger support is available via the chat to help you fix anything like SSL issue or broken links. So if you need a guide on to do this, just I'm gonna put it below the video. You can go ahead and use the guide and the checklist so you can move your plan to Ostanger. And for those of you who want to learn a little bit more about tech, or you're preparing for a certification in tech, or you want to learn about marketing, I have partnered up with Udemy. I've deployed courses on AI on Udemy, as well as courses on Six Sigma, on setting up your goal. So I have plenty of courses in there. Go on Udemy, type my name, and find my courses there. And if you were to search me on Udemy and then you search all courses there, all of my courses will appear. I strongly recommend going over the courses and seeing which one works for you and learning and upskilling. So I wish you all the best and I look forward to seeing you in the next lecture. But meanwhile, feel free to go ahead and subscribe, like, and share the video. Thank you.